And good evening, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us for 12 News at 10. I'm Kadiba Devine. Mark has the night off. We begin tonight in Chandler, where the City Council is weighing a proposal for a massive new AI data center. The $2 billion project would be built near Price and Dobson Road, spanning the size of 7 football fields. 12 News journalist Chase Golightly is joining us live from Chandler City Hall tonight, where a vote is supposed to take place. And Chase, it has been a fiery meeting, and the time now is 10:02. Is there a final decision yet?
Creepy, I still think we have another hour before we get the decision. I'm hearing the speaker behind me. They are still in public comment. This has been going on for more than an hour now in this very packed meeting with the majority of people inside against this proposal. Just to give you some perspective, the city tonight said they received more than 200 emails about this AI data center. Only 8 of them were in support of it. Now, as you mentioned, this is a $2 billion project that would set be built near Price and Dobson Road. It's huge, about the length or the size of 7 football fields that would be built. They said if it was approved, they would try to get started constructing as soon as possible. It would be 85 feet tall. The developer spoke tonight saying it would bring about 1,000 construction jobs. The economic impact to Chandler, an estimated $1.75 billion and close to $1 billion in wages over the course of 15 years. But people here question if that's really going to happen. They also say that doesn't outweigh the concerns they have about it.
These AI data centers are stealing resources. We live in the desert. We can't waste water. They will waste water. They're going to create pollution, noise, toxins that none of these residents want to see.
I think it's going to impact our property values. I think it's going to impact our electric rates.
Now, the developer did address those concerns, saying they anticipate they will use between 3,000 to 5,000 gallons of water a day. For the electricity, they couldn't give an exact answer, but said they will be paying $242 million for the infrastructure. The city pointed out to create that power, it will use a lot of water, but that won't come from the city, but SRP. As for pollution, the developer's answer to that was there's a sewer treatment plant and a fire training facility nearby, and those are worse. Developers also noted that if they violate water and electricity use or don't have enough workers, they will get fined by the city for it, so there is incentives for them to follow through on this. But as far as supporters who spoke up in favor, from what I've heard so far, there have only been 2.
This project also offers long-term economic benefits. Data centers generate substantial property tax revenue while placing minimal demand on city services.
It's a world business, so it's not just here in the United States, it's world. We need to be competing with the world.
I must tell you tonight that
Former Arizona Senator Kyrsten Sinema is also in support, lobbying for the developer, but as you can see in the video, the majority of people inside are carrying signs demanding that the city council turn this down. Now, I was told by a spokesperson for the city that, again, this will probably be going on for another hour. I can hear the developer, I believe, speaking right now, kind of responding to those public comments. Then after that, each city council member is going to give their perspective before they give a vote on this. There was some potential discussion of pushing this back, having the developer going back out to those residents to try to convince them about this project, but the developer said they can't do that. They want the city council to stick to the facts about this because they said they are on a very tight timeline with SRP to move this forward. So we are anticipating that the city council will be making a decision tonight, and we're hoping to get that answer within the next hour. Of course, we'll be sure to keep you updated on air and online as we hear that vote. For now, we're live in Chandler. Chase Golightly, 12 News.
Yeah, looks like it's going to be a very late night out there for everybody. All right, Chase, thank you so much. Developing news in the West Valley. A man remains in the hospital tonight after being shot by police in Surprise. It happened in the area of 151st Avenue in Cactus. Surprise police say that someone called 911 at about 6:30 this morning to report that a man was armed with a knife, and when police officers arrived, they shot him. Police are unable to say if this man lived in the neighborhood or not, or to tell if he was threatening anyone before they arrived.
In your 18 years here, have you seen a crime scene this large?
Nothing like this. Nothing that's ever shut down streets or anything like that. More concern of what led up to it. Do they live here? I mean, are they just visiting? Is there a girl from boyfriend feud thing or something like that that's going on? And it's not something that's, indicative to this neighborhood changing in any way.
The West Valley Critical Incident Team is investigating this shooting, being led by the Goodyear Police Department. New tonight in Mesa, residents are calling on city officials to take action over increased air traffic at Falcon Field Airport. Last month, we reported that some Mesa residents were tired of the constant noise from flight training planes. Well, right now, the airport is home to 15 flight schools, and flight activity has skyrocketed in the recent years, reaching 424,000 flights just in 2024. Now, residents claim that they hear planes overhead almost nonstop.
I've been here for over 20 years, and it's really been the last year, shall we say, and then the last 3 months have been just constant buzzing.
The training within the last year has been nonstop from about 5 a.m. till sometimes 11:30 at night. When we moved in, it never was this loud, and now all of a sudden we hear nothing but planes consistently all day long.
Over 1,300 people have signed onto a petition calling for the city to charge landing fees to flight schools, hoping that those costs would reduce the number of repetitive training loops over their neighborhoods. Well, new tonight, if you play Minecraft, you might recognize the name Grandma Crackers. She is a Valley grandmother taking over YouTube, and her videos are going viral, and so is her mission for her grandson. 12 News journalist Maria Stobbs is joining us now in studio. And Maria, how did all of this start?
Well, it all started over summer when her grandchildren showed her how to play Minecraft, and she says she became hooked. And now, after just 1 month on YouTube, she's already gained more than 100,000 subscribers.
This is just a wonderful little world in here.
On most days, you'll find 81-year-old Sue Jackwit sitting right here at her desk.
They have a chest in here.
Headset on, notes in front of her, playing a game she never expected to love.
At first, it was kind of scary. You're stepping into a little world that's different from your own.
But online, she's known as Grandma Crackers.
Grandma Crackers because I like graham crackers.
A Minecraft playing grandma who's suddenly gone very viral.
How are you all doing today?
Her first video racking up about 500,000 views.
Did you ever think you would reach so many people?
No, never. People responded so positively. That's when I realized maybe I could get enough money to help my daughter and her family pay for some of this treatment that Jack's been through.
Jack is her grandson. He was diagnosed with the rare aggressive soft tissue cancer last summer.
It was a lot of just hard, pretty crazy chemo, to be honest. Like looking at it, I don't even notice it till like I get shown pictures of like me or like my condition. And I went through months and months of those.
Just watching him grow up, he's just a very special young man. And it was devastating.
After months of treatment, Jack is now in remission.
It's kind of been a steady uphill.
But his grandma knows those medical bills pile up.
It's like, really like a mortgage on a small house by the time you finish the chemo.
So she's told viewers her channel is now about more than just fun.
All of the money will go to his medical expenses that have accrued.
And with every new video, the world gets a little more of Grandma Crackers.
Look, we have the sunshine.
And Jack gets a little more support.
I'm thrilled that I can be able to provide any kind of help for him that I can.
Now, so far, her family says she's on track to earn about $2,000 from her YouTube channel. She hasn't been paid yet, but she's looking forward to helping her family with that revenue. And she encourages other grandmas to try out the game. Caribe?
Yeah, I love everything about that story. It just shows you're never too old, right, to take up a new hobby. And who would ever think it would be Minecraft for that grandma?
Exactly. She said she didn't want to do puzzles, but this gave her a sense of accomplishment, and she just has so much fun doing it.
Yeah, I just love it. And I hope she's able to raise as much money as she can, and of course, awareness for her grandson. All right, thank you so much, Maria. Great story.